Good morning. So in this particular video, we're going to continue our discussion of leaching. Ano? So on the first video, we solved a single stage leaching problem. Tapos on the second video, we solved a case 1 multi-stage leaching problem. Remember pag case 1, ang retention ay per kilogram solution. Tapos ngayon, we will try to solve a case 2 multi-stage leaching problem. So pag case 2, ang retention natin ay kilogram solvent per kilogram of inert solid. So if you still remember, I told you na pag case 2, yung concentration should be in terms of kilogram solute per kilogram solvent. So yun lang naman yung difference. So let's try to solve the situational old word problem. Let me share the PowerPoint. Okay. So this is a case 2 problem, leaching problem, multi-stage. So actually this is quite similar to sample problem kay McCabe, So if you have solved the McCabe sample problem, you'll be familiar with this. Medyo may konting modification lang na ginawa sa board exam. Kasi ginawa siyang multiple choice. So as you will see later, you will have six multiple choice questions. Okay, so let's try. Let me read the problem. By extraction with kerosene with 0.05 pound wax per 100 pound kerosene, ito yung concentration ng solvent. Meron siyang wax. Wax yung i-extract natin. Meron siyang yung solvent, hindi siya pure kerosene. Meron siyang konting wax. 0.05 pound per wax per 100 pound kerosene. 2 tons of wax paper per day is to be dewaxed in a continuous countercurrent extraction system that contains a number of ideal stages. The wax paper contains by weight 25% paraffin wax and 75% paper pulp. Okay, ito yung concentration ng wax paper. 25% wax and then 75% paper pulp. O ito yung inert. So 75% yung inert. Ito yung i-extract natin, yung wax, 25%. The extracted pulp is put through a dryer to evaporate the kerosene. Hindi naman masyadong kailangan yun. The pulp which retains the unextracted wax after evaporation must not contain 0.2 pounds wax per 100 pounds of wax-free, kerosene-free pulp. If you have encountered this problem, so before siguro na-realize nyo na ang isang bagay na nakakapagpahirap dito sa problem na to, itong term na to, yung wax-free, kerosene-free pulp. Actually, in other words, this is just simply inert. So, ang sinasabi lang dito sa sentence na to is basically yung underflow, yung underflow contains 0.2 pound wax per 100 pound of inert. Ganun lang naman yan. Ito yung matitirang wax dun sa inert. Experiments show that the pulp retains 2.0 pound of kerosene per pound of kerosene and wax-free pulp. So ito yung retention natin. So as you will notice, ang nare-retain ay, ang specific na nare-retain, ang constant na nare-retain ay yung solvent. 2 pounds of kerosene is retained per pound of inert. Okay? Sinimplify ko na itong term na mahaba na ito, itong phrase na mahaba na ito. As it is transferred from cell to cell. So constant naman yung retention, hindi nagbabago. So case 2 to, kasi 2 pound of kerosene or solvent is retained per pound of inert. The extract from the battery is to contain 5 pound of wax per 100 pound of wax-free kerosene. So ito na yung concentration ng extract ng B1. So from 0.05, naging 5 na siya. 5 pound of wax per 100 pound of wax-free kerosene. So you need to calculate the following. Ito yung required. Calculate the following per 100 pound of wax-free kerosene-free pulp. So actually, ang basis niya sa calculation should be 100 pound of inert, yung pumapasok sa system. So actually, this given is in conflict with the earlier given na 2 tons of wax paper per day. So conflicting yan. Pero syempre, you are asked to use this given. So you are asked to calculate with this basis 100 pounds of wax-free kerosene pre-pop. So ang gagawin nyo, i-relax nyo itong unang given. Hindi nyo ito gagamitin, itong 2 tons of wax paper per day. So for example, the first question is, the kerosene in the exhausted pulp is equal to blank. So 150, 200, 117, 212. So, yung number 1, gagamitin nyo lamang yung retention. So, yung inert natin can retain 2 pounds of wax. 2 pounds of kerosene, sorry, 2 pounds of kerosene. Ano? Ang tinatanong is how much kerosene is in the inert, no, in the exhausted pulp. So, since ang inert natin is exactly 100 pound inert, no? Ito, 100 pound of wax-free kerosene. Dito pala. Per 100 pound of wax-free kerosene pre-pulp. So, eksaktong 100 pound yung inert natin. Ano? So, makaka-retain yung bawat pound, makaka-retain ng 2 pound ng kerosene. So, i-multiply nyo lang itong dalawa na to. So, ibig sabihin, ang mariretain nyo is 200 pounds of kerosene. No? Sa inert na 100 pound. Okay? So, as you can see, para ma-solve yung number 1, nirelax lang natin yung 2 tons of wax paper per day. Kasi pag hindi nyo ito nirelax, relatively mas malaki yung makakalculate nyo. Ano? Kasi 2 tons, that's 2,000 times 2,000, that's 4,000 pounds divided by 24, tapos times 0.75, tapos times 2. So, iba yung lalabas. Ano? Hindi itong known answer na 200 pounds. Okay? So, I hope you get that, ano? You get that technique in solving this problem. Okay, so let's proceed to other questions. So, aning na multiple choice question to ano? Yung number 2. Sa number 2, you are asked for the amount of kerosene in the strong solution. So, the kerosene in the strong solution is equal to. So, ito actually diretso na makukuha to. Ano kasi ano tayo? Case 2. Pag case 2, generally ang ginagawa, imbis na mag-overall mass balance, mag-solvent balance, overall solvent balance. So, if you're going to draw the diagram, you will realize na there are 2 unknowns. Tapos you have 2 equations. The 2 equation is the kerosene balance or the solvent balance, overall solvent balance, and the other equation is the wax balance. So, dalawa yung unknown sa dalawang system ng equations na yon. So, just simply solve the 2 equation and then you'll be able to find the B1 prime. So, ang pag-case to kasi ang tawag natin sa B1, no, will become B1 prime. So, familiar naman kayo kasi siguro kay Jean Copley. Pag pure solvent, ilalagyan lamang niya ng prime. So, magso-solvent balance, tapos magwa-wax balance, tapos solve the 2 equation. And then you'll be able to find number 2. Okay? Mamaya, tingnan natin. Tapos, ito, wax in the strong solution is equal to. So, in order to find the wax in the strong solution, given naman kasi yung concentration dito. So, ang unit ng concentration is, di ba, 5 pounds of wax per 100 pound of kerosene. So, kung alam nyo yung amount ng kerosene dun sa strong solution, i-multiply nyo lang dun sa concentration, you'll be able to find the amount of wax dun sa strong solution. So the rest, solve na lang natin mamaya. Kasi medyo mahirap nang imagine kasi medyo specific yung mga tanong. So, tapos yung number 6, total number of ideal stages. So, gagamitan din natin ito ng absorption factor equation. Okay? So, let's go back to number 2. We'll try to solve the kerosene in the strong solution. So let me probably I'm going to share a whiteboard para mas orderly yung solution. So first, I'm going to draw the system, the diagram. So ganun pa rin, kahit naman case 2 na tayo, yung system ng tatlong rectangle, useful pa rin dito, Ito yung L sub O natin, L sub 1, L sub n, this is Bn plus 1, okay, this is B1. So, ang given natin is, yung pumapasok na inert natin is 100 pound, So sabihin ko na lang inert, para hindi kayo malito. This is your kerosene-free, wax-free pulp. That's simply your inert, Tapos, ang composition ng feed natin ay 25% wax. Tapos 75% inert. This is your pulp. Okay. Tapos, concentration natin, may given na concentration dito, Y1. So, yung concentration natin dito, we have 5 pound of wax per 100 pound of kerosene. Okay. So, take note, this is a case 2 example, Case 2 tayo. So, take note of the concentration. So, the concentration is pound of wax per pound solvent. Okay? Tapos dito din, ang concentration natin dito, di ba, later this will be your YB, So ang YB natin ay 0.05. Ganun din yung unit niyan. Pound wax per 100 pound. Okay? So, actually yung Ln prime na solve na natin to kanina, Kasi 'di ba merong given na na retention. Yung retention natin is we are retaining 2 pound of kerosene. We are retaining 2 pound of kerosene per pound of for 1/n. 2 pound of kerosene per pound of inert. So, kung meron tayong, di ba, it's given that we have 200 pound of inert. So, multiply lang natin itong retention. So, times 2 pound of kerosene per pound of inert. Yung Ln prime is equal to 400. Sorry, this is 100 pala. So that's why this is only 100. Yan, 100 lang yan. Tapos times 2. So this is 200. Okay? So check nyo kung dapat dalawa na lamang yung dalawa na lamang pag nag-solvent balance tayo, kasi gagawin natin solvent balance, So ito Ito, B1 prime na lang, no? Kasi solvent na lang. Tapos ito, Bn plus 1 prime. Ln prime natin is 200 pounds. Okay? Ito naman, walang solvent, ano? Okay. What about the concentration? Ito may concentration, ito may concentration. Pag nag-wax balance tayo. Ito naman, alam natin na ang mariretain dito ay 0.2 per 100 pounds. So, ibig sabihin, may given na gano'n, no? So, ibig sabihin dito merong 0.2 pound ng wax na kasama lumalabas ng 100 pound na pinag. Di ba may ganun given? Ano? Given yan. Okay. So, as you can see, we're now ready to set up our two equations. So, ang unang equation natin, tandaan nyo ha, pag case 2, ang ginagawa ay solvent balance, overall solvent balance. Generally, dito nagagaling yung first equation pag case 2, ano? Overall solvent. So ito walang solvent, ito lamang yung solvent natin. Ano? So Bn plus 1 prime, pumapasok. Yung lumalabas ito, Ln prime. So Ln prime is 200 pounds. Tapos yung lumalabas na B1 prime, unknown din. Ano? Yan, as you can see, dalawa yung unknown. So this is our first equation. The second equation will be coming from ano? From wax balance. Overall wax balance. Ano? So, ito, how do we calculate yung wax na pumapasok dito? Inert ito, ano? So, you start with the inert. 100 pound ng inert. Tapos, para makuha nyo yung total amount ng ano, divide nyo lang ng 75 or 0.75, ano? Or just use this ratio, ano? For every 75 pound, you have 25 pound of wax. Parang ganun lang naman yun. So, parang yun yung conversion factor. For every 75 pound of inert, you will have 25 pound of wax. So, kasi magka-cancel out ito. So, ito yung pumapasok na ano, na wax. Ano? Tapos sa taas, meron din tayong wax sa taas. So, yung wax natin sa taas, ito yung gagamitin nating concentration. Ano? 0.05. As you can see, yung 0.05, yung concentration, ito, no? Pound wax per pound kerosene. Okay, tapos multiply nyo ng Bn plus 1 prime. Remember, Bn plus 1 prime is pound of kerosene. Ano? Pwedeng pound of kerosene per unit time. So, pero, syempre, ano lang naman yan, basically, may basis lang tayo. Basis natin is 1 or yung problem kasi ano parang pina-consider niya 100 pound of inert. So yun yung basis natin. Ano? So ang Bn plus 1 prime natin, pound ano yan, pound kerosene. So as you can see, magka-cancel din lang yung unit dito. Maging pound wax din yung term na to. No? Tapos yung lumalabas sa kabilang side ng equation, itong 0.2 pound wax. Given to sa problem. 0.2 pound wax yung lumalabas together with the inert. So, 0.2 pound wax. Tapos, plus, yung lumalabas doon sa taas. Ganun din, kamukha din itong term na to. So, ang concentration nga lang dito is 5 divided by 100. Tapos, times, instant na Bn plus 1 prime, B prime na lang. So, this will serve as your second equation. So, kuha ng calculator para hindi mainip. Hindi mo bored. Try to input this in your calculator. Okay, two unknowns. So, yung una, halimbawa, this will serve as yung Bn plus 1, yung ating x. So, 1. Tapos, negative 1 yung isa. Yung B1 prime. Tapos 200. Ano? Second equation, Bn plus 1 is 0.05. Tapos, this is, sorry This is 0.05 divided by 100. May divided by 100 yun. So, balik-balik. That should be 0.05 divided by 100. Tapos, second term, negative, no? Negative 5 divided by 100. Okay? Tapos, so ita-transpose ito sa kabila, no? So, 100, negative yun, ano? Negative 100 times 25 divided by 75 minus 0.2. Tama naman siguro yan. Hindi. It should be plus 0.2. Kasi positive to. Ano? Ito yung tinranspose nyo kanina, kaya negative yan. Okay? So, yun. You're supposed to get Bn plus 1 prime is equal to 871. Kuha nyo? Pero actually, ang tinatanong dito is B1 prime. Anyway, record na lang natin. Gagamitin natin ito mamaya. Tapos, your B1 prime, ito yung tinatanong. Ano? You're supposed to get 671 pounds. Actually, itong part lang naman nito yung mahaba, no? Pero kasi gagamitin nyo itong 671 doon sa mga susunod na multiple choice question. Actually, hindi naman siya mahaba kasi typical problem din lang naman siya to equation 2 unknown. No? So, dapat kaya nito. So, do you have any question regarding question number 2? So, I guess, balikan natin yung ating PowerPoint. Stop share. Ulit. Tayo, ano? So, ito yung nakuha nating answer, no? Letter D, 671. Okay. Yung pangatlong question, question number 3 is, what is the amount of the wax in the strong solution? The wax in the strong solution is equal to blank. So basically, in order to solve number 3, just going to multiply yung 671 nung concentration ng extract. Pag sinabing strong solution, so that's the extract. No? Strong kasi mas mataas yung concentration niya. So, multiply nyo lang to nung 5 over 100 pounds. 5 pound wax per 100 pound kerosene. So, wax yung tinatanong. Ano? So, let me just annotate. Simple lang naman kasi yung mga solution dito. Annotate ko na lang yung PowerPoint. Okay? So, dito, sa part na to, ano lang yan, yung kerosene kasi sa strong solution, 671. Ano? You have 671 pounds of kerosene. Tapos yung concentration niya, you have 5 pounds of wax per 100 pound of kerosene. So as you can see, magka-cancel out lang to. Tapos yung lalabas dyan na answer ay your calculator. 671 times 5 divided by 33.55. No? So ito lang yan. Okay? Susunod. The wax in the underflow to unit 2 is equal to. So, draw natin yung yung system for number 4. Tatlong rectangle. Ito yung stage 1. Ito yung stage 2. Okay? Tapos meron dito yung third, ano? N. Yeah. Yung question number 4, ang tanong is, how much wax is in the underflow? So underflow ito, ano? To unit 2. So, ito yon, bali L1. Tinatanong kung ilan, ano yung amount ng wax dito. So, if you still remember ideal leaching assumption, kung ano yung concentration dito, no? That's Y1, which is 5/100. Yun din yung concentration dito sa L1. Di ba? So, ang X1 ay equal sa Y1 ay equal sa 5/100. Okay? So, all you need to do is to find out kung ano yung value ng L1. So, kung natatandaan nyo, ang L1 ay equal lang sa Ln. Okay? So, therefore, L1 is 200. Tandaan nyo pa ba? It's 200 pounds kerosene. No? So, multiply nyo lang itong dalawa. This is the solution for number 4. Ano? This one. Multiply nyo lang itong dalawa and you'll get the answer. Okay, so what is 200? What is 200 pounds of kerosene times 5 pounds wax divided by 100 pound kerosene. So as you can see, magka-cancel out yung kerosene na. Let's try to get your calculation. 200 times 5. You're supposed to get 10 pounds. Ano? So ito yun. Okay? Diba? I hope you can follow. This one is 33.55. Ito yun. And this one is 10. Okay. Okay lang? Okay. So, question number 5. The wax in the overflow from the second cell to the first is. So, balikan ulit natin yung ating diagram. The wax in the overflow, so overflow sa taas na, from the second cell, this is the second cell, to the first is. So, ito yung tinatanong. Ilan daw yung wax dito? So, ang usual technique dito is you just perform a wax balance as at stage 1. So, just make sure na kompleto yung data natin. Ano? So, di ba, tandaan nyo naman, dito, kailangan, may kompleto yung given, tapos ito lamang yung unknown, yung wax dito. So, magwa-wax balance lang kayo dito sa first stage. So, ito, 671, kerosene, di ba? Itong B1. Yan. Ito yun, 671. Tapos ito naman, still remember, you have this 100 pound ng inert. No? Tapos you're just going to use the ratio. For every 25 pound of wax, you have 75 pound of inert. Just remember that. So, ang gagawin kasi natin, wax balance for number 5. Tapos, dito naman, ito, nasolve na natin to. This is 10, no? This is, you have 10 pounds here. So, yun na lang yung hanapin natin kung ilan yung wax dito. Diba? Okay, so let's perform a wax balance. Wax balance at 1. Well, I'm trying to solve number 5. I'm trying to solve number 5. So, in order to solve number 5, I'm just going to perform wax balance at 1. It's number 5. So, yung pumapasok muna. So, yung pumapasok is 100 times 25 divided by 75. Na-explain ko na to sa inyo kanina. Ano? This will give you the pounds of wax na pumapasok. Tapos sa taas, yun yung hinahanap natin. Let's call that X. Let X be the wax in the overflow from the second cell to the first. No? Yun yung X. Tapos yung lumalabas naman, this one. Ito yung lumalabas. So we solved this earlier. It's 10 pounds. Tapos yung lumalabas dito sa taas. Actually, na-solve na rin natin to. No? Yung 671 times 5 over 100. That's 33.55. Okay. So you'll be able to find X. Ilan yung X natin? So choices ba? You get your calculator. $43.55. Okay, I'm getting 10.22. No, so letter A. You know? You able to get this one? So X is 10.22 pounds. Okay, and then finally, ano na tayo? Total number of ideal stages. So probably I'm going to share a blackboard. A whiteboard, sorry. Para mas mas malinaw yung solution natin. So I hope you get this one. Madali lang naman siya, di ba? Simple lang naman. Konting konting common sense lang. Tapos try to relax when solving this kind of problem. You need to relax. Huwag kayong magpapanik. Kasi madali lang naman siya. Kamukha din lang nung, di ba yung sa drawing, nakita niyo naman sa drawing. Common sense lang siya. Isip lang ng konti tapos try to understand. Yun din yung isang kailangan yung improve, yung understanding nyo ng English language. So, di pa naman uli. Pag medyo may problema kayo doon sa understanding ng English language, sa interpretation ng English language, try to, pwede naman, nag-relax kayo, manood kayo ng Netflix, manood kayo ng mga movies na may subtitle. And then, yun yung pinakamadali, pinakamabilis na para ma-improve yung reading comprehension sa English. Okay, so let's try to solve number 6. Let me share in. Let me share a whiteboard. Okay. So let me just clear some of the hindi naman natin gagamitin, para may masulatan tayo ng mga equation. Ano ba kasi dito gagamitin natin? Okay? So, ganun pa rin, kailangan natin ng 4 na concentrations, no? So, ito yung una, meron na tayong YB. YB is 0.05 over 100. What about XB? Ito, XB, you can easily solve this kasi meron tayong pound of wax, tapos meron tayong weight ng kerosene. So, you can easily solve XB. Ang XB kasi, if you still remember, kasi case 2 tayo, small letter B, ay pound of wax per pound kerosene. Kasi case 2 tayo. Yung pound kerosene na nire-refer dito, ito yung LM prime. Okay? So just substitute the given. 0.2 pound of wax. Tapos ang pound of kerosene ay 200. Okay? Pwede nyo isolve to, pwedeng ito na rin yung input nyo sa calculator, no? So yan, dalawa na, Tapos remember, ang XA natin nandito. So remember, ang XA natin ay equal sa Y1. So ang value ng XA ay 5 over 200. Okay? So, ang wala na lang natin doon sa 4, ito na lang y sub a. So, we just need to find y sub a. So, simple lang naman isolve yung y sub a. Ano, kasi alam na naman natin yung amount ng wax dito yung 'di ba yung question number 5. Question number 5 alam natin yung amount ng wax. So in order to find y sub a, gagamitin lang natin 'yan. So tapos 'di ba yung B2 equal lang siya sa Bn plus 1 prime. No? So ang Bn plus 1 prime natin ay 871 kung tandaan niyo pa kanina. So ang B2 natin ay 871. Gagamitin lang natin yun. Na? So, yung kanina, number 5 is 10.22. So, if we have 10.22 pound of wax, tapos we have 871 pound of kerosene. So, ang y sub a ay 0.01173. Ano? 0.01173. Okay. So, we're now ready to substitute sa ating absorption factor equation. Okay, so substitute natin sa absorption factor equation. Try to memorize the absorption factor equation. N minus 1 is equals to log. Una muna yung YB minus XB, YA minus XA. Okay, tapos sa denominator niya log YB minus YA, tapos XB minus XA. Tapos pag substitute, dalawa-dalawa na agad, babataas na. Ganun yung technique ko. So, simulan natin sa YB. YB is 0.05 over 100. Okay, so baba ganun din, 0.05 over 100. Minus. XB. XB is 0.2 over 200. Okay, ang XB naman nandito, Tapos, Y sub A. Ito yung Y sub A natin, 0.01173. Yun. Tapos, dito sa baba. Okay. So, and then finally, X sub A. So, our X sub A is 5 over 100. Okay, so medyo mas challenging itong ipasok sa calculator. So subukan nyo, magkukulang yung ng calculator nyo, yung function ng calculator nyo. So dito banda sa dulo, pag nandito na kayo sa part ka sa dulo, i-divide na yung gamitin nyo. Hindi nyo na pwedeng gamitin yung fraction function. Divide na yung gamitin nyo. Okay, so try it. Alpha x minus 1, alpha equal, tapos fraction function, tapos log, base 10. Okay. Tapos fraction function ulit. Sa taas, fraction function, 0.05, 100, minus, fraction function, 0.2, 200, tapos 0.01173. Okay, minus. How to get your calculator? This is quite challenging. Malay nyo, umulit yan. So, pwede nyo na i-memorize yung sagot. Pero syempre, mas ganda na rin yung alam nyo. 5 over 100. Tapos log ulit tayo, base 10. Tapos fraction function ulit. Another fraction function. 0.05, 100 sa baba. Tapos minus 0.01173. Okay, sa baba. Ito na yun, ano? Nakita nyo, ayaw na ng fraction function. So, ang gagawin nyo dito, 0.2 divided by 200 minus 5 divided by 100. Yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo challenging. Ano? Pagdating dito sa baba, wala ng fraction function. So, mag-divide ka na. Okay, and then just use the shift solve para ma-solve yung shift solve. Okay. So, I'm getting 2. 10.22 divided by 87. You're supposed to get 3.94. Are you getting 3.94? Pag hindi, paki-double check. Take your time. Tama ba yung 0.01173? 5 over 100. .05 over 100. $10.22. $871. Yung 0.2 divided by 200. 5 divided by tama naman pala. Ngayon ko lang nalagyan ng isang 0 yung 100 ko. No? Tapos, shift solve. Okay. At malabas nyo, 3.95 or 3.94. Ano? So, N. We're supposed to get N. Relatively mahaba din. Ano? Pero 8 hours, kaya nyo yan in 8 hours. 3.94 or 3.95. Anyway, pag ni-round up nyo naman to is malino naman na for yung final answer. Now, I hope you get this one. So, sa PT, sana makuha nyo sa PT. Okay? So, letter B, yung final answer na nakuha natin sa total number of ideal stages type 4. Letter B. Okay, so let's try another type of problem. So this time, yung two-stage leaching problem naman. So medyo iba kasi yung technique ng pagsosolve dito. Sa two-stage leaching problem. Pag kasi two-stage leaching problem, medyo iba yung klase yung given niya. Kasi hindi siyempre you will not be asked to calculate the number of stages na. Kasi given na 2 stage siya, no? So, usually ang hinahanap dito is ilan yung amount ng product na marirecover, ano yung concentration ng underflow, ganun na, no? Kaya iba yung technique dito pag given yung number on stage. So actually, pwedeng maging 3 stage, medyo mas magiging complicated nga lang. Ano? Pag 2 stage problem, 2 stage leaching problem, pag 2 stage leaching problem, bawa ganito. LO, L1, L2, no? Kasi this is stage 1, this is stage 2. Tapos this is B3, B2, B1. Ganyan. So, generally, ang technique dito, no? Ito, yung concentration nito, let the concentration of B1 is X, equal sa concentration nito. Tapos, yung concentration ng B2, ito, let the concentration of B2 By, equal sa concentration ng L2. So, generally, ang technique, alamin nyo muna yung L1 at saka L2. Usually given kasi yung LO eh. Calculate nyo muna yung L1 at saka L2 using the retention. Multiply nyo lang ng inert solid. Ano? Tapos mag-overall mass balance to get B3. Yung B3 equal lang naman yung sa B2. Tapos usually given naman yung B1. No? Dependent. Kung halimbawa ito yung given, so you can, pag nag-overall mass balance, ito yung makukuha nyo, B1. Tapos itong B2 equal lang yan sa B3. Ganun usually yung case. So once na na-solve nyo na yung, available na yung values ng LO, L1, L2, B1, B2, B3, magse-set up kayo ng dalawang equation. Tapos meron kayong dalawang unknowns, X at saka Y. So basically, magso-solute balance lang kayo sa 1, tapos magso-solute balance kayo sa 2 to find the value of X and Y. Ganun lang naman. Na? So, pag 3-stage, ganun din lang. Kaya lang nga, magiging X, Y, and Z. So, pag 4-stage, kaya pa ba ng calculator? Kaya pa naman nata ng calculator. Kung last wish, hindi ko alam yung allowed. Kung usually hanggang hanggang 3 unknowns. Basically, ganun yung solution dito. Anyway, so let's just try to read the problem. 2-stage leaching problem. In a salt recovery plant, rock salt is being leached to produce industrial salt in a continuous countercurrent system consisting of 2 ideal stages, using water as leaching medium. The average composition of the rock salt is inert 70%, soluble salt 25%, and moisture 5%. All percentages are by weight. The underflow from each stage contains 0.3 kg solution per kilogram of inert solid. So case 1, Kasi kilogram solution yung kanyang retention. The plant leaches 50 metric ton of rock salt per day using 50 metric ton of water. So the first question is the quantity of soluble salt recovered in metric ton per day is blank. So in order to solve yung first question, kailangan alam nyo yung B1 at saka X. Di ba? Multiply nyo lang itong dalawa na ito, makukuha nito. Okay? So, in order for you to know B1, dapat alamin nyo muna yung L2. Kung nakuha nyo yung L2, kasi may B3 tayo, 50 metric ton to, mag-overall mass balance lang kayo, makukuha nyo yung B1. Tapos, in order to determine X, set up nyo yung dalawang equation. Salt balance at 1, salt balance at 2, masosolve nyo yung X. So, ganun lamang yung first question. Second question, the composition of salt in weight percent in the underflow is blank. So, itong second question, tinatanong lang niya yung composition ng salt sa underflow. So, ito yung final underflow natin. So, ito, actually, pwedeng ito lang yung sagot dyan. Pero pag sablay ito, Pag hindi tama yung y nyo dito, multiply nyo lang ng 100, ano? Pag hindi ito yung sagot, so pwede mo pa kasing express yung composition in terms of the total weight of the underflow. Ibig sabihin, kasama yung solid. No? Kasama yung inert solid. So, yun, ano mo lang. So, i-multiply mo lang yung L2 at saka Y, that's the weight of the salt, tapos i-divide mo siya ng L2 at saka nung inert solid, times 100%. You're supposed to get this. Ganun lang naman. No? So, let me, probably siguro para mas malinaw, I'm going to share a whiteboard. I'm going to clear this up. This is our last problem. Okay, so let's start with the given. But first, let's try to draw the two-stage diagram. Yung first stage, ito yung second stage. So ito yung 50 metric ton rock salt per day. Pero siyempre, gawin na lang natin, basis natin is 1 day. Para legit yung ating mga mass balances. One day of operation. So we have 50 metric ton rock salt. Ito yung ating calcium O. Tapos, ang composition nito is 70% inert. 25% salt. And then 5% water. Okay. So, ito L1, ito L2. Sana natatandaan nyo pa yung mga notations ng ng leaching. Mga variables ng leaching. Tapos this is B3. Palaging yan, mas mataas dito ng isa. Ito, di ba, 2. Ang katapat niya, 3. So this is also 50 metric ton. Kaya nga, water. Okay? Ito, B2. So remember, kasi nga itong dalawa equal, kasi parehas lang yung retention, yung B2 equal din yan sa B3. Tandaan yung ganun, Ito 50 metric ton. Gagamitin natin kasi later yung mga values na yan. Pag nagano tayo, nag-salt balance tayo sa 1 at salt balance sa 2. So, 2 equations to okay? Tapos yung B1, hindi pa natin alam. So, yan. So, ang first step, ganoon naman talaga sa reaching. Solve muna natin yung L1 at saka L2. So, L1, equal lang yun sa L2. So, ang retention natin ay 0.3. Ang N natin ay 0.3 metric ton solution per metric ton of inert. Ito, kilogram or pound, parehas lang naman yun. Okay? So, yun muna calculate muna natin yung inert, yung weight ng inert. So, 50 metric ton. Tapos times natin ng 70%. Tapos, this is metric ton of inert, Tapos multiply nyo ng 0.3 metric ton ng solution. was per metric ton ng inert. Magka-cancel lang to. So you'll be able to get or know that L1 and L2 are equal to, get your calculator, hindi mawala yung inert, 10 times 0.7 times 0.3. 50 times 0.7 times 0.3. Ano? We're supposed to get 10.5 metric ton. So ito 10.5. Ito 10.5. Okay? Sana nakikita nyo, no? Palaging ganito naman yung pag-leaching. Ano? Ito yung unang sinosolve, yung underflow, L1, L2, Ln. Tapos pangalawang equation, mag-overall mass balance. Case 1 kasi tayo, ano? Pag case 2, solvent balance. Overall mass balance. Yun yung pangalawang step. Para makuha yung B1. So, B1 na lang yung pinakahuli. Ano? So, overall mass balance. So, pag mag-overall mass balance sa leaching, tandaan, hindi sinasama yung 70% inert. So, yung salt lang at saka yung water. Yung solution lang. So, 50 metric ton. Mahalaga yun, ha? Kita nyo, pag sinama nyo yan, magkakamali kayo. So, times 30%. Plus yung pumapasok dito sa taas, 50 metric ton ng water. Okay. Equal yan dun sa lumalabas, 10.5 metric ton. Solution. Tapos B1. You can solve for B1. You can still follow. Ano? So get your calculator. 50 times 0.3 plus 50 minus 10.5. So we have 54.5. This is 54.5. Ano? Okay? So as you will notice, kompleto na yung data natin. Ano? Pwede na tayong mag-salt balance sa 1. Ang unknown lang natin ay yung X. Ito kasi concentration nito X. Ito concentration ng L1, X din. Ano? Pwede na tayo mag-salt balance sa 2. Ang unknown lang natin ay Y, tsaka X. Okay? So set up lang natin yung ating equation. I hope you can sensya na. Ano, medyo, siyempre, iba pa rin talaga pag totoong whiteboard. Ano? I hope you can follow. Medyo mahirap pa rin kontrolin yung graphic tablet. Hindi naman kami kasi sanay talaga. Ngayon din lang kami gumagamit ng graphic tablet. Okay, Docs? So, let's set up the two equations. Ano? I'm going to clear some of the calculation right here. Give some space. Okay. So, simula tayo sa ano? Sa salt balance at 1. Okay? So, meron tayo. This one, ito muna. Itong pumapasok na to. 50 times 0.25. Ano? Tapos sa taas, right here, we have 50 times Y. Yung lumalabas sa baba, to 10.5 times X. I hope you can follow. Plus, sa taas, dito kasi tayo nagbabalance ng salt, ano, sa 1, stage 1, ay B1. B1 is 54.5 times X. Okay, so salt balance at 2. Ito naman, yung pumapasok dito ay 10.5 times x. So you can understand how I'm doing this. Yun. So ito wala naman tong salt kasi pure water siya. No? So wala na yan. Ano? Sa kabila na tayo. Yung lumalabas na. Chikal, parang chikal lang naman to. 10.5 times y, this one. Tapos, ito, 50 times y. Okay, so just simply get your calculator and try to solve for x and y. Yung x yung gagamitin natin, multiply nyo lamang dito sa 54.5 metric ton para makuha nyo yung requirement sa first question. Anyway, ano tayo sa ano? So try to get your calculator. Pasok nyo itong dalawang equation na to. Mas madali yung second. Doon muna ako sa second. So ang x ko ay 10.5. Tapos ang y ko ay negative 60.5. Zero lamang yung c. Ano? So, sa first equation, ang x ko ay 10.5 plus 54.5. So 65 something. Tapos ang y ko ay negative 50. Tapos 50 times 0.25. Okay. So, ang x ko ay, have you ever, kuha nyo ba yung x ay 605? Over 2726. Tapos yung y, 105 over 2726. Okay? So to find the answer for the first question, we just multiply 54.5 metric ton and x. So 54.5 metric ton times the concentration of 605 divided by 2726. So this will give you the 12.1. Ano? 12.1 metric ton of salt per day. Okay? Sundan nyo? Balikan natin yung PowerPoint. 12.1. So yun, ano? Letter A. Yung pangalawa, composition of salt in weight percent in the final angle flow. So tingnan nyo yung choices, 0.89, 0.98, 0.78, 0.68%. Kung gagamitin natin yung value ng y, di ba na-solve natin yung y? Ang y na nakuha natin ay 105 divided by 2726. So pag minultiply natin ito ng 100%, ang lumalabas ay 3.85. So 3.85% wala sa choices. No? Wala sa choices. So ang isang way nyo para ano, ganun talaga pag pag halimbawa yung nakuha yung answer wala doon sa choices. You need to think of other ways. Ano kasi wala, manghuhula kayo diyan pag ganyan, ano? So, ang isang way, probably yung weight percentage niya is in terms of kasama yung inert solid. So, i-recalculate natin kasama yung inert solid. Okay? So kung tandaan nyo pa, ito, yung L2 ay 10.5. 10.5 metric ton. Ano itong L2? I-clear ko na lang. I-clear ko na lang para mas. Kasi, kung tandaan nyo pa, yung L2, 10.5 metric ton. Okay? Ito yung solution. Tapos, yung inert solid, imagine nyo naman, ano? Yung inert solid ay 70% ng 50 metric ton. So, 50 metric ton times 70%. Yun yung inert solid. Ano? So, ito yung magiging denominator nyo. Tapos, yung numerator nyo, yung weight ng, ng salt. So, i-multiply nyo lang yung 10.5 metric ton times the concentration. Yung concentration natin is yung 1052726. So, let's do that. Ano? So, 10.5 metric ton ng solution times 1052726. So, ito naman yung metric ton of salt. Okay? Per metric ton of solution. As you can see, magka-cancel out yan. So, metric ton of salt. Ano? Tapos, divide nyo nung 10.5. Ito yung, natin, metric ton ng solution. Plus yung 50 times 0.7. Yung inert. No? And then, let's multiply this by 100%. So, probably, sasabihin nyo, di ba, ito dapat nasa denominator. Well, actually, mas accurate. Kaya lang negligible to as compared to these two values. Pwede nyo, kasama yan. Hindi na lang kasi kasya dun sa, dun sa space ko. No? So, just use your calculator and then just try to find the answer. Negligible yun yung 10.5 times pag nilagay sa denominator. Ano? Okay. So you're supposed to get 0.89%. Letter A. Yan na. Kuha niya? So you're supposed to get this, exactly this answer. 0.89%. Kuha niya? 0.89%. So, actually, yan lang naman yung These are the general types of problems sa leaching. Kung meron pa namang iba, malinaw naman yung ating mga derivation. Probably kaya nyo ring isolve. Na-imagine nyo ba, halimbawa, series, pero cross-flow, hindi siya counter-flow. Madali lang naman. Isa-isa nyo lang isosolve. So, dun muna kayo sa una. Pag nakuha nyo na yung values nyo sa una, punta kayo sa pangalawa. Kasi yung may retention, usually constant naman ng retention. Ganun din lang. Anyway, ito yung apat na. Sa PT nyo naman, ganun din, meron kayong isang two-stage, tapos meron isang multiple, tapos meron isang single stage, tapos may mga objective type questions. So, kayang-kaya nyo yung PT. So, hanggang dito na lang yung ating leaching discussion. Sana may natutunan kayo. Sana natandaan niyo yung natandaan niyo pa yung mga pinag-aralan niyo ng undergrad. Okay, bye-bye.